We are the grateful ones, Satnam. We are the grateful ones that you shared your story with us and with our viewers. Let's bring out the woman who has touched us so deeply. Satnam, come on out here. Thank you. Have a seat, everyone, while I try and pull it together. Ooh. We were really honored. I was really honored to come, all of us, to come to your place that day and to celebrate with you and like your family and your friends. Everyone's so warm and beautiful. We obviously understand that we didn't expect to get to the end of this transformation and have your life like fixed and everything is perfect. We wanted to help you a little bit with the healing and the grief, right? Mandeep's death, of course, it's going to stay with you forever. And that's something that we hope we've had a small hand in helping you handle because it's huge. I want to know, though, because we feel very connected to you. What do you think is the biggest thing that you've gotten from the Dream Team?
Just you guys, look around. Just the friendships that I've gotten out of this. It's amazing. You know, you, Leanne, Brenda, Bill, whereas Jeff and Dad, you know?
Yep.
Everyone just, you know, I look forward to like receiving messages from you guys and messaging you guys. You guys are stuck with me now.
Good. That's how we want
stuck
it.
with me.
That's how we want it. We really struggled over the making over of Mandeep's room. This was a big one for LA because we wanted to make sure, you wanted to make sure that you honored Mandeep, you wanted to make sure that you honored Mom and that she could be okay with it. It was really important that that worked for everyone, but it's also a space where she could move forward. Mm-hmm. So, like, what do you think of the bedroom? What do you think of that transformation?
It's really calming.
Mm-hmm.
It's because when I visit him at the cemetery, I see trees all over, and I know that his friends told me that he used to love going to the park, sitting around trees. So when you did the background, I was like, I walk in and I feel like I'm in the park, like I'm at the forest or something. It just felt like he was just in the room. Yeah. It's just so nice.
You did such a good job. You put your heart into that.
You really did.
You really did.
Yeah.
What was it like to show Satnam the room?
It was the most terrifying reveal I've ever had in my life. And for all of the reasons that I'm not used to, which made it scarier. I'm used to revealing a space and people being excited for change. Mm-hmm. And I was really scared that maybe I had done too much too soon.
Yeah.
That maybe she wasn't ready for what she was about to see. Mm-hmm. But I also knew that it would be a space where she could find some calm and peace from. My hope was that she could leave the outside world behind that door and just go in and catch her breath. And I just she told me she hadn't been sleeping for a year. And so going to HomeSense and just getting her all new bedding, all of these things that maybe we don't think are critically important, but it's so beyond the aesthetics. I wanted her to feel a certain way within the space. Yeah. Adrian from About Murals, who did the wall mural, that again set the tone for transporting Satnam to somewhere different when she walks into that room and really feeling connected. And honestly, even watching you, I was there when you walked into the space, and I was still terrified just of how you were absorbing it all. And when you looked at me and you just cracked a smile out of the corner of your eye, and I just wanted to like fall into a ball of mush because I just could see that. My hope was that it was just that one little thing that would be a baby step moving forward. I really had questioned, what could I possibly do to help you and to bring you a sense of peace? But I will tell you, we text often since this project, and the text that you sent me a week ago saying that you're sleeping now more than 5 hours every night in that space, I was like, that is what this was all about. Yeah. It's not about a pretty room, it's about how that room makes you feel and keeping you connected to Mandeep.
Yeah.
Giving her a little bit of peace. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about her hair. There was, you know, we go from real deep to real shallow around here, but it's not. It's not just hair. It's like you said in the story. It's armor. It's getting back to herself. And so you went through the whole gamut. You found her the hair. You put on the wig. You felt really good. Now you're not wearing it.
No.
So talk to me. How are you feeling about the hair? Do you not need the wig anymore? Are you feeling stronger? What is it?
I mean, it's there. If
Yeah.
I feel like putting it on, I will. But you know, this is me. Everyone just has to get used to me. You know. And
Yes.
my son is passed, and I'm always going to speak about him, and I'm always going to talk about mental health and, you know, get his story out there to as many deep, dark places as possible. And some days I will wear it, but this is how I am, and this is the real me.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You feel like yourself. I love that. This is what we wanted, Bill.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen, when I was told that you were not wearing the wig today, it took my breath away. I thought you would be 6 months to a year from this point, honestly. And that's just a normal, natural amount of time, right? That's not a fast forward or a slow take. That's just a normal amount of time. And the fact that you are so comfortable with your short hair and like your short hair. And when I say you look like a bratty English schoolboy from an 80s band, and you get it, and you say, yes, I do, and love it.
You rock it.
Right? Because when we got this was an entity.
Yeah.
Now this is just a wig.
Right.
That is a huge, huge step forward, right? So I'm just so happy. I'm so happy again. I could be a little part of that. What I'm also happy to see is you're wearing one of his shirts, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of the shirts.
One of the shirts
That you got refitted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful. Listen, we're going to take a short break. Our conversation is going to continue after this. Stay with us. You good? Yeah. Good? Welcome back to Cityline's Dream Team. Satnam, you have been doing some wonderful work in Mandeep's memory. You're keeping his story alive. You're keeping his memory alive. And you're helping, you're trying to make a difference,
Yes.
aren't you?
Yes.
Tell me some of the ways that you're trying to do that.
So yesterday we had a charity fundraiser for Canadian suicide prevention at Milestones, and it was successful. We had so many people come out and support in this, you know, mental health crisis. It was just amazing. Thanks to our friend Mawson for letting us host this, you know, great event for my son. So it was amazing.
You raised a lot of money.
We did. We raised around almost over $10,000.
Amazing. You're putting all of that pain and you're putting it into action.
Yes, I am.
The last thing you want is for this to happen to anyone else, and you're doing everything in your power to make sure that that happens and raising awareness. You also did a huge donation to the homeless with some of Mandeep's belongings. Talk to me about that. Why was that important?
So that was for his birthday, July 19th. So we did I made sandwiches, blankets. My daughter gave out $5 bills, to the homeless. We had chips, cookies, you name it, we had it. And it was just so nice, and it was just so nice to be able to give back.
I think it's a beautiful thing because you're coming from a place of pain.
Yeah.
And yet here you are trying to improve other people's lives.
Yes.
That's an important thing, and it says a lot about who you are, and we're going to get more into that in a second. But Brenda, first I want to talk to you about how this whole idea of giving back is very important to Satnam's story.
Yeah, I think, dealing with loss is very challenging, right? And it's hard to move forward. And I'm so happy to see Satnam in a place of acceptance. And it doesn't mean you're happy or you accept what's happened, but you've come to terms with it. And so that's really important. And so what Satnam is doing with that pain and that loss is that she's such a kind soul and she wants to be able to support and help others. And that's how she's been making meaning of this. And so this is so important for her. And so again, reaching that stage of acceptance, we know that tomorrow she may be filled with more sadness or have the feeling of loneliness. And that's okay because every day is going to look different. But at least she's at the place of acceptance and she's doing good work by just, again, her act yesterday. And we talked about, doing this annually and keeping this going as her way of moving forward. And I think that is amazing.
I just think it's so beautiful that you have been able to step into that space where you want to give back and you want to talk about it and you want to make sure that people understand and know and love Mandeep the way you have and the way you do. So if you know Satnam, like we know Satnam, every time we go to her house, every time she comes here, she gives us something. Wine, this bracelet, you know, beautiful words, beautiful gifts all the time, and I mean the entire crew. Today she comes here, this show's about her. Look at what she brings. She brings this beautiful box. I'm just gonna tell you what it says. Hummingbird symbolizes, on a spiritual level, hummingbirds are viewed as messengers from loved ones who have passed on to the spirit world. They also symbolize paradise on earth because of their beauty, so they remind us to cherish the beauty of life on earth. Every single person from the Cityline staff that has been a part of Satnam's story, learned about Satnam, has a personalized gift from Satnam. This is the level of her giving back, her love for people, her even when she is going through probably the hardest time in her life. And I'm so, like, I feel so honored that I know you now, that we're connected now, because you're such a beautiful, beautiful soul. We all are. Like, we all absolutely love you, Satnam. So good.
Love you too.
I'm so glad for that. You wrote this letter to us, and you wanted to talk about your son, but we wanted to give you an opportunity to put yourself first, because you're always putting other people first. We have one last thing for you, okay? Just take a listen to this.
You're going to San Francisco. We're giving you a round trip for two to this iconic city. You and the guest will fly with Air Canada and spend 3 luxurious nights at the dazzling Beacon Grand. And spend your days exploring San Fran's unique and world-famous hotspots like the Golden Gate Bridge, Union Square, Alcatraz, Chinatown, and so much more. Don't forget a ride on the cable cars and a stroll along the city's nature trails and shoreline to take in those breathtaking views.
Something, and you guys kill me.
I'm going to tell you something right now. We know a trip is not going to fix her life. That's not what this is about. You know, we understand that. But what we want to do is, you know, give you a token and give you an opportunity to stop and take a breath. Find some joy. Look around. Look at the scenery. Look at the mountains. Get on the trolley. Have some time to yourself. Have some time with a person that you want to spend some time with in San Francisco. We wanted to find a way to give back to you because you have given us so much. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Satnam.
Thank you.
We love you.
We love you too.
I love you.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. That is so silly.
It's time for a break, everyone. A reminder, you can watch uncut versions of Satnam's Dream Team journey over on the Cityline YouTube channel. There's so much we just cannot fit into a broadcast television show. All right, let's go to break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.